Being an international student in Ireland, trust me when I say this, I totally understand the importance of finding a job when you're studying in Ireland so that you can cover up all your expenses, including your rent, your bills, your transportation, groceries, and whatnot. So, in this video, I'm going to talk just about that, and this entire video is dedicated to how like what kind of jobs you can find and how to find the job and for how many hours can you work in a week and whatnot. So hi guys, I'm Sushma and welcome to my channel, the V Vibe. So, as an international student in Ireland, you will be on Stamp 2 visa. So, anybody with Stamp 2 visa can work for up to 20 hours a week when they're studying, except for the summer break, which is from June to September. So, during the summer months from June to September, you can work for up to 40 hours. And also during the Christmas break, which is from 15 December to 15 January, you can work for up to 40 hours a week as an international student. So, in order for you to get a part time job, you have to have something called as the PPSN number. So when you're looking for a job, you don't actually need a PPSN number, but once your employer makes an offer to you, then you have to apply for the PPSN number using this offer of employment as a proof of why you need the PPSN number. And to know more about the PPSN number, do watch my video, which I'll be leaving link right below in the description. Do check that out. So what sort of part-time jobs can you apply for? So there is no particular part-time job you can apply for. You can literally apply for anything which you think is something you can do. Like you can apply for a part-time job at a store, at a cafe, or in a mall, like in a clothing store or something. It can literally be anything. So also bear in mind the number of part-time jobs in summer is a lot when compared to during the winter days, because winter is kind of quiet, so you probably will have trouble finding jobs during winter, but during summer everything is open and they need more people to help out, so it's fairly easier to find part-time jobs during summer months. And also there are like several different ways how you can find a job. So when I was in Dublin, when I was doing my masters, so well, I never got to do this, but I've seen like some of my roommates, they actually made CVs or resumes. Like for example, if you want to work in a store, so they used to make resumes telling like they have experience working at a store or something like that, and they used to like print out these CVs and walk into the stores, and they used to actually talk to the manager and ask them if there is any job, if they're hiring or something, and they used to just hand over their CV, which had obviously had their numbers and stuff, and if something came up they would get a call, and that is how they got like the part-time job. And this is what most of the people like in Dublin would probably do. That is one way of doing it, but honestly speaking, I thought it was very weird, like just walking into a store and handing over the CV, but that works, so you could try doing that. And the second and the obvious way of doing it is on Indeed. So in Indeed, if you go and filter out for part-time jobs, you'll find loads of them. And if you think you have experience in any of the fields, it could be anything, don't even like double doubt yourself. Like even if you're interested in certain field, like maybe social media marketing or anything interesting, or digital marketing, any sort of stuff, like you can just apply and try your luck. Sometimes you might not have experience, so you might not get that job, but there's no harm in just applying for it. So that is one of the other ways of finding a part-time job. And last but obviously not the least, you have to you have a good fair chance at getting a job at your own university or college. So usually some of the lecturers, they'll be looking for assistants, student assistants, who basically help them out during a class session or something. And in fairness, this is probably one of the most easiest jobs to do, because you don't have a lot of things to do. It's very kind of simpler, but I don't think you'll get like 20 hours to work in a week. It's probably like 10 hours or something, depends totally on your professor or your college and your luck, I guess. But these are three ways how you can find a part-time job and how you can apply for one. Okay, speaking about my story, what sort of part-time job did I do when I was studying? So in fairness, I would consider myself a bit lucky because I didn't have to work in any of the stores or anything. I like before I came here to Ireland, I had work experience as a software developer, and for whatever reason, I just wanted to give it a go because I mean, well, a lot of people had told me when I came here. A lot of people had told me that it's well as like you usually don't get a part-time software developer job like in most of the cases. So but I just wanted to try my luck, so I went to graduate Ireland.com. Like that is one of the job sites for graduates who are like the students who have already graduated. So I actually had like a degree before coming here, before doing my master's. Obviously I had a bachelor's degree, so I applied for a job in graduate Ireland.com, and thankfully I did get selected, though it was like a full-time job. Well, I kind of did not actually, I mean, it never came up, so I never told that I was supposed to work only for half time. I went through the interview, I cleared all the rounds, and thankfully I got lucky and I made it to the like the final round, and I even got selected for the job. But then I had to tell them that I can't work for full time because I'm a student and I can work only for part time. And trust me when I say this, I got really 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 lucky because the management, they actually considered giving me a part-time job up until June. So from June I could work for full time. So up until then I worked as a part-time software developer, which is great. And then I continued working there for full time once my degree was done. So it kind of became like easier for me. But like, that is what I'm saying, you can't just not hold off from applying. Just go ahead and apply because you might get it, and there's no harm in trying out your luck, I guess. Well, I guess that is pretty much everything. I don't think there is anything else to talk about part-time jobs. And do remember, this is just for the part-time jobs and not about finding a job after you graduate. I'll be making a separate video just for that. So let's just keep this video simple and to the point. So there is nothing much I can think of, but if you do have any questions, do not hesitate, drop them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer. So I guess that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye bye.